making another stop, guys. What up, world? Welcome back to the episode, yes, of Skinny's World. I know I left a cliffhanger on that last video. I'm at volume 2 wraps. Yes, I am not getting any wraps that no. Once again, I'm leaving the car green. I added my tidbits on the car. The livery is looking dope. It's looking fresh. I got my carbon-tastic steering wheel in there. You guys saw that already. Of course, I got my stars in the headliner, which a lot of you guys loved. I love it too, but it's the one thing you guys been complaining about. I get these comments all the time on all my videos and on my Instagram. I'll let you think about it. What is it? I'll give you four guesses. 1, 2, 3, 4. What I mean by that is, yes, I know, everybody. I know the ride height on my car is too high. Today, I'm picking up some goods to fix that problem. We're gonna take this 4x4, or a lot of you guys called it Storado. A lot of you guys are calling my car Storado. That is cold-blooded. I was rolling laughing and dying when you said it, but that's cold at the same time. So yeah, we're gonna take this car, we're gonna drop it down a little bit. My boy Nick here has some springs for me, so we're picking those up today. And we're gonna get this thing going, man, because I'm tired of you guys telling me how high my car is. Tired of it. I love y'all. Let's go. There we go. There's the man who's gonna save the day. My man Nick. Dude, he's here to save all the comments. Man, I've been getting so many comments, man, about me having a Storado.
That's all right.
Literally, we're calling my car Storado.
We're gonna close up those gaps.
Right, we're gonna close them up a little bit, man.
Close it up.
My boy Nick has some HR springs for me that I'm gonna bum off of him. I appreciate it, because man, parts out here are, well guys, they're not cheap, man. They are Lamborghini tax, boy. It's a real thing right here.
Damon says,
That's true.
How
That's
I got
true.
Mine, which then got yours.
There you go. There you go. Passing it down. You got to pass the goods down, baby. So yeah, so we're gonna take these springs off these shocks, give him his shocks back, slap these bad boys on my whip, which will take it down a lot. 4-inch gap on mine. If we go over to Nick's car, you'll see his is, whew, he's got Novatex, different spring setup. He can adjust his. These ones are non-adjustable, which I'm okay with. But I had a 4-inch gap on the back of my whip, right? He's got 2, which is about half of my height. So the HR spring should be about the same in the rear. His front is like dump, which looks sexy. He's got about a 1.5, and these springs will be a little bit taller than that. So otherwise, you look at his car, it's gonna be sitting pretty close to where his is at. It's gonna be looking fresh. So no more Storado comments. All right, springs are in there. Let's close this bad boy up. And yes, we're gonna get those installed, everybody. Once again, I know I have a four-finger gap in the back. This one is about, it's about a 3. Not horrible. So they'll drop it down probably, what, a half an inch? Or a full inch? Half an inch, full inch?
Full inch.
Full inch?
Maybe
Oh,
an
that's
inch
good.
and a half. Yeah, it's
Really,
drop.
1.5
Yeah,
inch?
she'll drop.
It's gonna dump. All right, no more Storado.
Don't you worry too much about it.
Are we saying we got something special in there? What we got in there?
There's something special for you in
All right,
here.
all right.
Yeah.
Not Lamborghini. It's
on in.
Ferrari.
Oh my God, I'm just playing with them now, yeah. Oh my God, what she saying, say it loud, yeah. I can't respect it, I'm in the gym, but I am not flexing. Came from a Ford, I'm needing a Lexus, shooting like Luke.
Guys, we have a 2022 812 Competition. This thing is sick. Spec is really nice. Get the black interior, the yellow seat belts, like this pearl white with the carbon, with the yellow stripe. Oh my gosh. Wonder how much this thing is? 2.5. Not thousand, $2.5 million. $2,500,000. That's a hefty freaking price tag. But I like this SF90. This color and this spec is freaking gorgeous. Yo, you guys saw the B-roll, but this white interior is crazy. Love the white interior, man. Wild. Look at this. Look at the display. Look at that thing. How the car spins around right there. You got the green and you got the white here with the carbon seats in the back. Dude, this thing is gorgeous. And how wild and how crazy did it feel? Let me close this door real quick. To see Nick plug this in was pretty crazy. See him plug it in, but look, it literally has the prancing horse on the port. It's wild, man. What is the world coming to? What is our car culture coming to? You're plugging in these hypercars / supercars. It's crazy, man. If you guys want, if you're in for a supercar and you guys want, so I always say first gen R8s are a great starter car for a supercar. If you want to get a McLaren, this 570 right here that I'm looking at, 125. 125K can get you into a sick freaking supercar. They dropped again in price. When I was looking, they were 135-ish, 140, but 125? Only 26,000 miles in this car. Wow, that's really good. Dude, tuned, downpipes, exhaust. This thing's shooting flames, and it's like Probably one of the craziest cars out there in the
Carbon
streets.
spec right there on the side.
Wow, oh, I didn't even see that. This has a little carbon package. Look at that.
Something.
Yo. Oh yeah. Lexus dealership. No, you guys, I'm not getting a Lexus. I meet my boy Adam here in the red Rari. Yes. Welcome back, everybody. Before we get this suspension on this car, I know you guys want me lower the Storado, lower the Huracan. We are on our way to an event down here, local, man. I'm actually excited for this. It's called Nights on Grand, so a little downtown spot in Escondido. Grand Avenue is what the street's called. Some cool display of cars. Trying to bring some businesses, some of the local small businesses in the community while displaying some sick cars. So let me stop talking before I get hit by a car as this car is getting really close. Look at it. Let's go. Hey, let's get it. Holy crap. Dang, straight drop. So many Teslas on bags. It is wild what they're doing to those cars. At least they're trying to make them fun though. But we are here on Grand. I'm actually gonna chill for a little bit and let it get dark, set the mood, set the tone for what this whole thing's supposed to be, and I'll make this video even more lit. Cause it got lights up here up top. We got vendors lined up. We got a DJ coming. And these builds are looking lit. You already see what's in front of me. Everyone's favorite. I feel like this is like everyone's dream car, right? Is to get a Skyline. But man, we're gonna check out some of these crazy, crazy whips here on Grand. This is dope. Look at this, Lexus, wide body. This right here is actually an inspiration I'm gonna get. There's a diffuser out there I wanna get. It looks very similar to that. It has that same center like duckbill kind of look, but the one I want has also two other inserts on the bottom here, on the outside here to kind of match that look for the Huracan. So that's kind of what I have planned for my diffuser. It's gonna look pretty sick, and that's what I mean. That's why I once again tell you guys, I love coming to events like this because you get inspiration from all these different type of builds, even if they're not exotic cars. Like this Lexus has that same style diffuser on the bottom. Dope, man.
Plug your ears, plug your ears.
This one can actually two-step. It's already been on a tow truck once before. Beautiful, brother. She won't care. I swear, they won't care. Mustang had to do it.
Had to be everyone run.
The Mustang had to do it.
Had to be the EcoBoost, bro. It was a Mustang.
All right. Hold on. Let me grab my kid. There we go. You guys, yes, it is that time to finally get these HR springs on the Huracan. Man, a lot of you guys, I'll say a lot of you guys, immediately in my comments, as soon as I put the new rims on the car, talking about you need to lower it. It looks like a Storado. I know, guys. I really was trying to figure out what kind of suspension I wanted. I wanted to go H&R. I want to go another route, and I really want to make sure the rims fit on the car first before I dropped it, because I didn't want to lower the car, put the rims on, then it was rubbing, or still didn't have the right fitment I wanted. So things take a little bit of time, figure out what you want to do, what direction you want to go in, but nonetheless, the car is going to get lowered, and you see right now, there is like, yes, almost pretty much a 4-finger gap in the rear, and then in the front, you got about, I'll say about a 2 1/4 finger gap in the front. But those springs should level that down and make it look nice and sit really good. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I don't want to dump it too much. That's why I didn't go with adjustable springs. I honestly didn't want to lower the car and dump it and slam it, because once again, I have aero coming on the car. Or these springs honestly might even be temporary. It depends on how the aero works. So if I get all my aero on there, everything's sitting nice, and I have room to drop it more, I might get a different set and get some adjustable ones and drop them down a little bit lower to make it fit. Or if the aero on there is perfect and it won't drag or barely close to dragging, I might sit where I'm at. So once again, some of these things on this car right now are temporary. Like even the exhaust is a temporary exhaust right now. So if you guys feel me, just hang on tight. Trust me, I have a lot of things in the works that are temporary and some things that are permanent. But the aero is something I'm gonna work on next though. So now the next thing is, once this car is lowered, for the most part, it's sitting pretty good. But now I gotta work on like side skirts, bumper, front splitter, diffuser, the big wing. I did figure out, you guys saw in a few videos back with Eric from Voodoo, that I do want to do that big wing that he has on his R8. So that is now trying to get worked out between myself and Ryan. We'll have to drop our car off so he can just R&R and figure out how to get that wing to fit. Man, after the aero, a big livery, and then that's still not it. Even after that, after all that said and done, my final version of this car is I want to put a sick kit on it. Not necessarily a super Trofeo kit, but something like that I want to put on this car, be like my final version of this car. There are so many different variations of this car that I'm going to get into that, man, it's going to keep transforming every single year. Every couple of months, it's going to look different, look and feel and seem different to me and to you guys. Nonetheless, that's the plan. Ghostworks is going to get some of that plan started today. And man, let's get to it, baby. Let's go.
She wanna ride with me.
The OGs in the hood try to warn us to watch out for these suckers.
All right, he's taking off the H&R shocks off Nick's actual, well, springs off his actual shocks. But I heard this kind of be like a dangerous job. I almost tried it at home myself, but I heard if you don't seal this down, it will shoot up and hit you in the face. And I don't want to break my face. I don't want to break my face or my nose. Once you have all that done, see this is down and you pop the top off with it compressed.
Yeah,
how that works?
Compress this, yeah, and then have this compressed too, just so you can have enough room in here to turn it.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, there's no way I've been able to do that at home. No freaking way. All right, guys, we have some bad news. What I was not expecting. The springs do not fit. Man, I did research on these H&R springs, and on the website, to be fair to myself, these springs don't fit at 580. What I mean by that is it just shows 610. I did read a few forums. I saw a few people say they do fit. Nick from Volume 2, he actually has right now 580 springs on his car right now that actually fit. So automatically assume that these would fit, right? I know adjustable springs is a big difference between mag ride, non-mag ride. Obviously I didn't know that, so I guess my mistake in not researching further, but knowing they don't fit. So here are my stock springs. Ironically, the HRs would actually make them taller. You can see that here are the HR springs, and you can see that they are actually taller than these stock springs right now. Look at that. That's wild. And then also when you put them in here, they just don't fit. So the bottom of the shock, you'll see they don't fit the bottom of that puck very well. They're actually too big and then taller. Even if they did fit, it'd still be taller anyway. So they don't fit. The car is all the way taken apart. They don't fit, but we have a solution. We have a solution. We actually found some Novatech shocks, adjustable ones, which everyone told me I shouldn't with in the first place. They actually just got delivered right now. Dude, thanks for saving the day. I appreciate you, Miguel. Thank you so much, man. Of course. Cost me some more money, but they will fit. But bad news turns into good news, but bad for my pocket. Oh, perfect timing for food. Because your boy is hungry and stressing out over these springs. Oh my gosh. Let me get back to these Novatech springs and show you guys. It went from just a straight spring to now an adjustable set in these Novatech. So here are the Novatechs right here. And here's where you can adjust the shock up and down any heights. Now I could dump it down a little bit lower. It's costing the boy a little bit more money and costing the guys a little bit more work to get this thing done. So when life throws you lemons, guys, you make lemonade, but it costs more money to make lemonade sometimes. Long term, I'm not gonna lie, long term, I would have been getting the Novatechs anyway, and the adjustables just based off of what I'm gonna do in the future. So am I gonna have aero that's gonna be lower, where I may need to raise it up a little bit depending on the kind of wheel space I get, or am I gonna have aero that's not gonna be as low, which means I could dump the car a little bit more. So over time, I was eventually gonna get adjustable Novatech springs. So given the situation of the actual non-adjustable springs not fitting, it just made me kind of do what I want to do in the future, if that makes sense. But technically, I'm spending more money now, but I'm saving more money long-term versus taking off shocks, putting on new ones all over again. I'm just getting it done all in one shot. So now no matter what aero I get on the car in the future, I can raise it and lower it to my liking depending on what I put on the car, which could drag and not drag. And all you guys are probably thinking like, who cares about the aero, Skinny? you have a front lift. I understand that, but when I'm driving, I don't want the car to be so low that if I hit a bump and I have a new bumper, a new front splitter on there, that I just, bam, I bottom out. Because California roads, man, we know that California roads aren't that forgiving sometimes. And sometimes you can't see those potholes right away. And hitting a pothole and destroying like a $4,000, $5,000, or $6,000 front end or splitter is not worth having like that much more of a wheel gap versus like that much more of a wheel gap. It's not worth it sometimes. So all I'm saying is I'm saving money long term versus spending my money now, and it's okay, man. Look, at things happen for a reason. So a lot of things, once again, with the R8 that ended up making me make the decision to get the Huracan worked out in my favor, which that's another video. I still need to kind of discuss with you guys that R8 situation. I think I'll do that in a few more weeks and then really reveal to you guys like why it took a little bit of time for me to get the Huracan. Something else I want to share with you guys that's a little bit of a pain in the butt that I'm going to show you in a second. It's called the lift link. So on the front lift suspension on the car, when you lower it, whether it's an adjustable spring or not, I didn't find this out till after. I was reading some of the forums that I found out that a lot of people were saying they were getting an air light when they put their front lift up. So apparently on the front lift, there is a front lift sensor that obviously tells you when the car, something's wrong with the car, if it's lifting too high or not lowering low enough right on the car. So there's a sensor and there's a link. So I'll show you where this link attaches. And you have to get something called a ghost link. So if you look here, under here, this thing right here, that's the ghost link. So you normally would have this in here. And if you can see this green lever I'm gonna point at, this green lever here, that green lever, that attaches to this. And there's a sensor. Here there is a sensor that reads that green lever. And it tells you if the car is up too high and it's stuck, or if it's not low enough. And if it's off, you'll get an error code on your front lift. So a lot of cars have that, and I am a person who hates lights. You guys know that about me? I don't like lights on my dash. I don't like anything on my car. It drives me nuts. Even if I have like a TPMS sensor light, it drives me up the wall. And two, your front lift could get stuck up or not work at all if that thing messes up so many times. So luckily we have the ghost link here. If not, I'd have to get that made. But it's just crazy. Like, you just don't understand like sometimes what goes into doing something simple as lowering a car, getting a link like this and adjusting it. So here's where the extra step comes in. I told you before in the video, once we put the car down, we have to make sure that it's lowered even, right? Both sides, front and back, or where I want it, and even. You also have to make sure this is even as well, or the ghost link is even. So first, we need to test to make sure the ghost link is even, because if not, once they plug it in the system, if it shows that it's off, we have to take the tires off, take the link off, readjust it up or down, put it back on, put the car back down, plug it back in the computer until we get to 0. And then we have to then do the same for the shocks. Put it down from the lift, make sure the shocks are lined up even, make sure it rides right. If not, put it back on the lift, adjust it up or down a little bit, put it back down, and make sure it's even. We have to do that for both. So for the adjustable ghost link and for the new springs. So there's a lot of steps that have to go into this car before it's complete, before it looks good. Alright, dropping it down. We'll see where it sits. Big difference. Back from the test drive. Let's see. Going in, what do you guys think? Oh, it's way lower. Dude, that rear end is freaking tucked. I'm not gonna lie, it makes me a little nervous. Look at this, guys. Look at that. Yo, it is. It's in there. The front lift is up right now in there, so you can't really see how low it is right now, but look at the rear end. Holy smokes. What a difference. Now it's barely a 1. There you go, you can get a shot of the front. Now look at that. Ooh, much better. All right, we gotta fix some things in the lift. Like we said before, I mentioned with the ghost link, that red light is flashing on there, so we'll adjust that link a little bit, fix it in the system. That way the front lift doesn't freaking freak out on us, but take it out for the test drive and we're getting there, man. We're almost there, guys. No more Storado comments. I don't want to hear it anymore. No more. I'm gonna compare and show you guys what we started with. So my rear end was about a 4-finger gap before. So 4 fingers, let's see. That's close to about, we'll just call it 3 inches. Now the rear is like a 1 finger gap. So when you put 1 finger on there, not even an inch, like probably right above an inch. Wow, that is a big difference, going from 4 to right above 1 of a gap. So about 3 inches, a little bit more than 3 inches is what I cut down on the rear end. Front was probably about 2.5, close to 3. So obviously lost about 2 inches, a little bit more than 2 inches on the front. Now the guys just wrapping up the alignment. Once we get the alignment done, we'll fix that lift light and we'll be on our way in the newly dumped Huracan, baby, the Slimer Mobile. Bam, and there you guys have it. Finally, the car is lowered, Novatech springs. We once again, turn lemons into lemonade. The H&R springs did not fit. Holy smokes, big mistake on my part. I actually did do some research, but I guess not enough research. Maybe didn't make enough phone calls, really trusting my instinct, trusting my gut. And even Nick too, did not realize that there was a huge difference between non-adjustable springs, between the 610s and the 580s, but was able to find some Protective Film Solutions. Thank you guys for looking out. And whoever that customer was to sell me these Novatech adjustable springs. Of course, I cannot not thank the Ghostworks team, man. They freaking knocked this out. It took some time, but from taking the car apart, taking the shocks apart, realizing they don't fit, and being patient with me while I search and try and find a replacement and something different to put on here, they waited and they executed and knocked it out. And dude, first time too, put these springs on with a perfect fitment and a perfect height, and one and done, like knocked out the park. You're gonna have to go back and readjust anything on here, and then got the alignment freaking spot on perfect. All right, took it for a test drive. Everything works great. The suspension, I like it. It's a little bit stiffer than the stock suspension. I actually love the way the stock suspension rode, but a little bit stiffer, not bouncy, and it rides really clean. I like to say it, but it rides like race car because, as everyone says, because race car, right? But man, what do you guys think? No more Storado. I don't want to hear about the comments. The car is finally dumped. You got a 1 finger gap in the back, and you got another 1 finger gap in the front, and man, it is sitting pretty dang low and sitting nice. So hope you guys love this video, man. It was a wild one. It was crazy. I've been here since 8:30 right now, and let's see, their boys are closing up. It is 6:41, so what a long day just to finish up this video and just to get the springs on. And these guys hopped on. At one point in time, there was all 3 of them on this car just to knock it out and get it done, man. Long day, but it was well worth it. Car looks amazing. I hope you guys love it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We started up picking up the shocks, checked out a crazy Ferrari, $1 million Ferrari. We went downtown Escondido, helped out the community a little bit, showed some love, and then came over here to Ghostworks and put these springs on the car. Holy smokes. Wait till the next one, guys. The next video is gonna be a banger. Once again, I talked about the transformation of this car. Next step is gonna figure out what is gonna be the aero on the car. I have an update for possibly a new bumper. I don't wanna say too much, but I might have a really cool partnership coming up. And also other parts to have a backup plan if that partnership doesn't work out, but also side skirts, front splitter, big wing. I'm gonna head over to see my boy Danny to honestly start looking up, scanning, and figuring out molds and stuff for parts that I want to make for my own Huracan. And it's going to look like one of a kind, and it's going to look sick. So hit that subscribe button. You guys don't want to miss it. Turn those bell notifications so you can see these videos when they drop first. Without further ado, baby, I'm out of here. And it's good. Skinny's what?